is staying in office, which means appeasing a bunch of special interests. Speaking of special interests, David Sacks is still on tilt about conservatives being canceled. David, you wanted us to wrap with this Wilkinson cancellation. So every podcast, we're going to have a right-winger who's canceled and David's justification for putting them back on the platform. Go ahead, David.
Well, actually, so yeah, this is the issue
cancellation of the week with David Sacks.
Yes. This is actually, it's not a left wing. So this is the issue du jour on social media right now, is that a writer named Will Wilkinson was just fired from his job and canceled. But here's the thing. He's not a conservative. He's actually a liberal.
What?
And it was a right wing tweet mob that got together to get him fired. Yes. And so
how did you get this mob together to get him canceled? Explain.
So
we're back, everybody. So much for the wives' dinner.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're going to need another wives' dinner.
Well, no, I feel the need to speak out on this because I got to make it really clear that I do not support cancel culture when perpetrated by the right against the left. I think it's...
What did he do?
Okay, so he posted a tweet making a joke that maybe was in poor taste, not that funny, basically saying that if we want unity, the one thing that like the Trumpers and the Biden supporters can agree on is hanging Pence. You know,
it's what?
Is hanging
lynching Mike Pence. Lynching Pence is what
exactly. Did he use the word lynching or hanging?
He said hang, I think.
No, I think he said
I thought he said hang.
Oh, maybe.
It's
maybe
in poor taste and it's inciting violence on the march. But go ahead, Sacks. It's in poor taste. Yep.
Well, no, look, it's a joke that's not necessarily that funny and maybe in poor taste. What he's referring to is the fact that that there were people on January 6th who were going after Mike Pence, right? That was sort of the joke. Anyway, look, that's not the point. He deleted it. He apologized for it. His bosses still fired him for it. Nobody believes that he was trying to incite violence. Okay. I mean, come on. We all know that was not inciting violence, but the mob pretended that he was in order to create its phony outrage. And then his bosses have to pretend that he was in order to appease the mob. And they pretend like it was incitement to violence so they can fire him. And then he even had to pretend that he was inciting violence because he had to then abjectly apologize for it. And that's the thing about cancel culture I really don't like. It's just so fake and phony. We all have to pretend in things that aren't true in order to pacify some, tweet mob whose outrage is manufactured anyway. And I don't like seeing the right doing this. And that's what I tweeted about. And then we had all these people on the right responding to me saying an eye for an eye, the left deserves this too. Now they're going to get a taste of their own medicine. And the problem with that is, look, you might win this particular battle, but you're losing the war because you're now buying into the premise of cancel culture. You're now buying into this idea that we need to economically cancel people who disagree with us. And I really reject that.
It's certainly bad timing to say lynch or hang, whichever word he used. Obviously, lynching is a much worse word. After people were chanting hang Mike Pence, but he was making a commentary on that. The joke didn't land. And when the joke doesn't land, you need to just take ownership of that and say that you shouldn't be canceled. You just say it was a poor attempt at humor. I apologize.
Right. And Jason, you know better than anybody else
when
about
a poor joke lands.
When a joke doesn't land. So
yeah, I mean, that is here's one thing to learn about comedy. People don't remember the jokes that don't land. They remember the ones that land. Okay, everybody.
It's like investing in startups. It's like you got a lot of losers to find the few winners.
Absolutely. I'm a volume guy. You know that. GovernorChamath.com, GovernorSacks.com, GovernorFriedberg.com, and GovernorJason.com.
Can I just say, Jason, if Newsom is recalled, I would like to put my name on the ballot. And my commitments are quite simple. I'm going to cut the taxes to zero. And I'm going to basically create an incredibly pro-climate change jobs and pro-tech jobs and pro-biotech jobs economy. And I'm going to raise teacher salaries and I'm going to give everybody a school voucher.
Okay.
Can we maybe on the next episode, we can all declare that we're running for governor and present our platforms.
Oh, let's do that. Next Friday. Next Friday.
All right. If everybody go to GovernorChamath.com, GovernorSacks.com, GovernorFriedberg.com.
Wait, let's register our domain names. Register your domain name before the pod goes live.
I already registered all 4 of them. And all redirect to my Twitter handle. Thank you, guys. I saw your votes. We'll see you all next time.
Love you, boys. Bye.
On the All In Podcast. Love you, besties. Love you, Sacks.
Back at ya.
I got you, Freeberg.
We'll let your winners ride.
Rain Man David Sacks.
And instead, we open source it to the fans, and they've just gone crazy with it.
Love you, besties. Queen of Quinoa. Besties are gone.
That's my dog taking a notice in your driveway, Sacks.
Oh, man.
My haberdasher will meet me at Clinton. We should all just get a room and just have one big huge orgy because they're all just useless. It's like this sexual tension that they just need to release somehow.
Wet your beak. Wet your beak.
Your feet.
That's gonna be we need to get merch.
Besties are
I'm
back.
going all in.